I talk about as far as divots is the importance of making one. Anyone know why we want to make it? That's part of it. If you're making a divot, you know that it's good chance to come off the ground. I mean, everyone knows where the sweet spot on a golf club is, right? It's right in the stinking middle. If you think about it, if the ball's laying on the ground and we want to hit the ball right in the stinking middle, we're probably going to need to get a couple of these grooves underneath the ball, right? I mean, if we don't, the ball's probably going to hit low on the face. And if we hit it low on the face, all of us know that it doesn't feel quite as good, it doesn't fly quite as high, and it doesn't fly quite as far. So, just by making a little bit of divot, it's helping us get that ball from hitting really low on the face to getting it up closer to the middle, which obviously when we hit it in the middle, it feels a little better. When we do talk about divots, not only do we need to make one, but we also need to make one in the right spot. Anyone have any idea what that means? We don't want to make the divot behind the ball, right?
Yeah, no, you won't.
If we hit a divot behind the golf ball, what's going to happen?
Chunk.
Yeah, you're going to chunk it. It's going to be a fat shot. It's not going to go anywhere. So the divot should start right underneath the golf ball, and after it gets underneath the golf ball, it should extend ahead of the golf ball. That makes sense, right? So a couple ways we're going to do that is we're going to use some tees for that. But one thing I kind of want to show first is a real good warm-up for just making a divot. And this is, like I said, warm-up. This is an easy way to just come out and kind of get your body ready to swing. You don't have to think about a whole lot. But one thing that I personally try to do when I'm warming up, getting ready to play, or even when I'm just practicing, is the first thing I do is I'm going to pick a spot of grass. A lot of times I'll mark it with a tee. I've kind of evolved to the time where I don't need to use a tee, but it's a good thing because it's a reference. It gives you a spot to aim for. Just like if a ball's sitting there, obviously you're aiming for the golf ball. So a good thing to do is maybe set the tee down in the ground. You're probably not going to want to set it down every single time you get done swinging, but just for the first one or the first couple, set up to it just like the golf ball, and plain and simple, just take a piece of turf. Aim for the tee just like it was the ball, and take a piece of turf. And not only do it, one time or two times, but maybe even on the way back and on the way forward, and just keep doing this a little bit of a rhythm drill. But while we're doing it, I want to make sure that we're taking a little bit of grass. Just keep trying to lay the same piece of grass out. I think one of the major things about golf is necessarily where the club's coming from, or where the club came from, or where it is on the way down. It's where is this club when it gets to the ball? If it's getting to the ball in the right spot, if it's getting low enough into the ground, if the club face is pointing in the right spot, it's a good chance we're going to hit it solid. We can have a perfect golf swing, perfect lines, perfect angles. If we can't get this club into the right spot of the ground, it's not going to do us any good. So like I said, just a good way to warm up is take some divots and just kind of feel where the club is grounding. And once we've made a spot, I don't know if everyone can see this, but I've got a pretty good chunk of grass taken out. My club has consistently hit the same spot. Once we get there, what do we talk about? Does the divot want to be ahead of the ball or behind the ball? Ahead of the ball, right? So once you've warmed up a little bit, all you got to do is put that ball on the very back side of the divot and do the same swing. Try to hit the same spot. Understanding that if we hit this same spot, we're going to hit the ball first and the club's going to ground out afterward.